We started the entire two-a-day countdown to kickoff with Central Catholic on Monday. Tonight, one of their alums was on the stage in an NFL stadium. Let's take you out to Cleveland and Deshaun Kaiser warming up for the Browns. Look, he's throwing to Michigan's Jabril Peppers. A little offense, maybe. How about the other high-profile rookie out there, Myles Garrett? This is a sack in a scrimmage. Okay, we'll call it a sack. But Kevin Hogan, probably the throw of the night for the Browns, finds Jordan Payton over the middle on third and long, leads to a field goal. That's right, I said Kevin Hogan was having the best night for the quarterbacks. Brock Osweiler still in the hunt. Look at Peppers playing D. That's that safety spot. They're hoping to put him in there. All right, let's talk about Deshaun. The Central alum with an up-and-down final drive. First finds Duke Johnson for the quick first down. Very next play, looking for Duke Johnson again in the end zone. Yeah, wide open. Oh, that would haunt Deshaun. Here on 4th and goal, Kaiser in trouble, showing the ability to keep the play alive, but throws across his body, nearly picked off, and that would end it. The first-string Browns team loses to orange or white as they were on the scoreboard, 15-0. For more on tonight's practice, here's our Tim McMahon in Cleveland.
Deshaun Kaiser failed to get the first-team offense into the end zone in the orange and brown scrimmage. But the Central Catholic and Notre Dame product was all smiles following his first contest here at First Energy Stadium.
It was awesome. It was awesome. You know, you spend so much time out on the practice field with your guys, and you try to get acclimated to what it's like to be a professional football player. But until you're in the stadium, the big lights are on, and you get to see the atmosphere that comes with being a pro and being a Cleveland Brown. It was truly a good experience for me to have before we go into this first preseason game.
Kaiser's best drive of the game was when he took the Brown team down to the 5-yard line on the final drive of the game, but he spoke about some missed opportunities, including a pass over the middle to Duke Johnson. You know,
Duke is a heck of a route runner. Obviously, he's very versatile. For him to be that wide open, for me to miss is unacceptable. Go back and, obviously check out the footwork on that play, check out my read, where my eyes are, and make sure that we can make the correction going into, tomorrow and continue to get better as much as we can. This is a unique opportunity to go against the guys in the situation that we're in. When you're going against the twos in front of the crowd, and you're getting information coming in, and for me to step out there and not play at the level that I would like to play at is a little disappointing for myself. But once again, it's another learning opportunity. We're going to take this into tomorrow and continue to get better throughout training camp.
Coach Jackson made it very clear that this is a wide open race right now, and he's in no rush to name a starting quarterback.
This thing is still really fluid in my mind. There's 4 good candidates, and we got a lot of work to do. But at the same time, I think there's some guys that will rise to the occasion with more work and more opportunity.
Coach continues to give me the reps with the first team. Continues to watch me develop. We've been continuing to have great communication and building our relationship, and I truly believe that I'm getting better each day. Hopefully one day, Coach Jackson will be standing right here, and we'll be able to make the call for me to go out there and make a good play for someone.
While no quarterback stood out, there was some bright spots on the field tonight, specifically on the defensive side, where Michigan alum Jabril Peppers had some huge hits, and #1 overall pick Myles Garrett recorded 2 sacks.
There were multiple, 3-and-outs and just big stops, and we had a nice stop at the goal line where they had to kick a field goal. So we came together, and we're not satisfied with what we did. We can still do a lot better, still make calls quicker, and do things a little bit better and be a little bit sharper. But we're happy with the progress we have right now, but we're not satisfied.
So much about tonight, of course, was playing in front of the fans here at First Energy Stadium, and many of the players, including Peppers, who found some Wolverine fans in the front row, stuck around afterward to sign autographs. From Cleveland, I'm Tim McMahon.